Breaking news that has reportedly enraged Putin. It is February 2026, and it seems the very rules of artillery warfare are being rewritten as we speak. Subscribe to Defense Reports, your go-to source for timely, in-depth military and defense reports. Join me in the latest program by Defense Report for the latest in global defense news, military technology, and strategic developments. And today we're going to cover, the technology that has Moscow scrambling. The RCH-155's integration into Ukraine's Krypyva system, and its, frankly, absolute game-changing fire-on-the-move capability. Okay, let's unpack this. We see headlines about new weapon systems, constantly. But when you start digging into the specs on the RCH-155, this feels like a genuine generational leap.
It really is.
It's not just a bigger gun, it's the whole platform. We're talking about a fully automated gun module on a Boxer 8x8 chassis.
Exactly. And that Boxer chassis is so crucial here. It's incredibly modular. You can think of it like military Lego blocks.
You can just swap out the mission module.
In the field, yes. But what makes this specific setup so revolutionary is the automation.
Right, because I was looking at the crew requirements, and it's just stunningly low. I mean, a 155mm howitzer usually needs a whole team, but this thing runs with just 2 people.
Just 2. A commander and a driver. That's it.
How is that even possible?
The turret is completely unmanned. The loading, the aiming, the firing, it's all robotic. This solves a huge logistical problem, which is human fatigue.
You don't have loaders getting tired after an hour.
Precisely. But the automation isn't just about saving seats. It's the enabler for the real killer app.
The fire-on-the-move capability. And I want to be specific here because we use the term shoot and scoot all the time, but that usually means you stop, you fire, and you get out of there fast.
But this is different. This is something else entirely.
The RCH-155 is doing something that almost sounds like it defies physics.
It is, as of right now, the only system in the world that can fire with high precision while it is literally rolling down a road.
So you're not just minimizing the static phase.
You are deleting it. You're removing it from the equation.
And in a drone-saturated environment like Ukraine?
Stopping means dying. If you have to stop to deploy stabilizer legs, a drone will spot you. And counter-battery fire is probably already in the air.
With the RCH-155, the scoot happens during the shoot.
That's the perfect way to say it. You are technically evading the return fire before your own round has even impacted the target. It's just incredible.
That brings us to the specifics for Ukraine. They've ordered 54 units, but there was a lot of noise about delivery delays. It seems, though, this wasn't just administrative lag. This was about the Krypyva integration.
It was a critical engineering challenge and a smart one. You have this incredibly sophisticated piece of NATO hardware.
And you need it to talk to Ukraine's homegrown software.
Their battlefield management system, yes.
Which I've heard described as being like an Uber for artillery.
That is the perfect way to describe it. Krypyva is a decentralized combat network. A spotter drone can request fire, and the system automatically routes that request to the nearest, best-positioned gun.
So the delay was to get the RCH-155 to plug directly into that network.
Yes, exactly. KNDS had to do the software work to make that seamless. It cuts the kill chain down from minutes to, just seconds.
And it turns a single powerful gun into one part of a massive, distributed, and very lethal organism.
It does.
And it seems KNDS is learning, too. I saw they're developing a companion vehicle now based on feedback.
That's right. It came from direct feedback from Ukrainian troops about the sheer intensity of FPV drone attacks. So KNDS is now designing a vehicle specifically to roll alongside the howitzers and shoot down incoming drones while on the move.
It's a holistic approach to survival, and this performance in Ukraine is clearly driving the market. I mean, we're seeing this massive pivot in Western military doctrine. Germany just finalized a huge contract.
84 units, with a framework for up to 500. And the UK is acquiring demonstrators.
It really shows the shift away from tracked armor, doesn't it?
It does. For decades, the thinking was tracks for traction, tracks for off-road. But tracks are, they are maintenance nightmares.
And so fuel hungry. Plus, you need a heavy equipment transporter just to move them any real distance.
Exactly. Wheels let you self-deploy on highways at 100 kilometers per hour. When the biggest threat is a loitering munition that can find you anywhere, that kind of speed is your best armor. Mobility is more valuable than thick steel plating now.
So if we zoom out to the strategic impact, this kind of technology seems to directly negate the traditional Russian doctrine of just massed artillery.
It forces a complete rethink for them. Russia's advantage has always been quantity. They saturate a grid square with thousands of barrels.
But mass doesn't matter if your enemy is a ghost.
Exactly. If Ukraine's artillery can strike with precision, networked instantly through Kropiva, and then vanish before the Russians can even calculate a firing solution, their whole numbers game it breaks down.
It changes the entire math from volume to velocity.
Perfectly put. And it leaves us with a really provocative thought. If your artillery no longer needs to stop to fight, the very concept of a static front line might just disappear entirely. We could be looking at a future of fluid, high-speed warfare that never settles.
You've been listening to Defense Report by Alex, where we analyze the latest in military strategy, global defense, and advanced weaponry. Subscribe to Defense Reports, your trusted source for timely, in-depth military and defense analysis. We'll see you next time. Keep supporting us so we can continue bringing you the latest developments from Ukraine and around the world.